Hey Rapids fans, Angeli and Drew Moor here, and this is The Rundown. Despite having 61% of possession in the game against Minnesota over the weekend, the Rapids walked away without any points. I had a chance to talk to Sam Nicholson about what he took away from that match.
I think, we've got to take away the positives in terms of, the last few games. I think in terms of possession, we're doing well. We are sort of outplaying teams in terms of possession, but it's getting the win that's important. So we just need to keep doing what we're doing. Be a bit more effective. In front of goal, and that win will come. And once it comes, I'm sure the rest will be easy.
So Drew, we're 4 games into season now. Where do you feel like this Rapids squad can really fine tune some things in order to get that first 3 points?
Yeah, I think just be more confident on the ball, be brave. We talked about it a little bit at halftime in the Minnesota game. I feel like they're in a little bit of a vulnerable position right now, right? But they're going to have to pull themselves out of it. And I think just kind of resetting, looking at themselves in the mirror every night, asking themselves some questions, and then going out and being confident in training this week in the build-up to Austin, a team that is in a vulnerable spot right now as well.
Devastating news on Monday. You talked about being in a vulnerable spot. Well, the team has now lost Jack Price to an Achilles injury. He'll be out for the rest of the season. I had a chance to catch up with Sam Nicholson at training, and he really talked about how important Jack was and how the team moves forward without the captain.
As a group, first thing that we need to do is sort of, be there for him, because as a person, being injured is not great. He's a strong character, Jack. Everyone knows what he's like. That's why he's the captain. He's a good person on and off the field. So, he'll recover from this. But yeah, we're all absolutely gutted about it. But he'll get through this.
The team is not only without Jack Price, but Diego Rubio and Darren Yappy joined the Chilean and the U.S. under-20 national teams respectively, as they are going to play in this international break. So the squad now heads down to Austin. This is an Austin team who has 6 points in their first 4 games, but probably had one of the craziest upsets in CONCACAF Champions League history just last week. This is a big upset. How have you seen this impact the squad, Drew?
When you go out of a tournament like that against a team that you were heavily favored against, then you go on the road and lose to your rival, they're in a vulnerable spot right now. They have some international players missing as well. So if you're going to catch Austin, this is a good time, and so it could be a good recipe for the Rapids. Of course, they need to worry about themselves first and foremost, but Austin are asking themselves a lot of questions as well right now.
One of the biggest vulnerabilities for Austin is their center back spot. They've had a lot of rotation, they've had injuries there. How can the Rapids take advantage of that area of the field?
Yeah, they need to go after their center backs and their back four, because it could be changed. Alex Ring has been playing back there, and Alex Ring's been fine. He can play center back, but it takes him out of his more natural midfield position. But it needs to be a point of emphasis for the Rapids to get after their back four, especially their center backs, because they are vulnerable there right now. Taking it to their back four will be important for the Rapids to get something out of this game.
When you're playing against Austin, this is a team who loves when an opponent high presses, because they can get out in transition through Driussi or Fagundes and really punish an opponent. But the Rapids have been good in a press. How do you balance that of not getting too far away from who you are, but also being aware of what another team can put upon you?
You have to go together. You have to communicate well. You have to stay compact. At times, yes, you have to let them have the ball in their half, but when you're going to go, you have to go together. You have to go with confidence and expect yourself to either win the ball in good spots or force them into hitting more direct, longer balls and making sure that you're organized underneath it. But like I said, it sets up well for the Rapids right now with the players that they have missing, with the tough run of form that they've been on. You have to go in there with confidence in a tough atmosphere. Look to be the people that everybody hates walking out of the stadium.
How lucky are we to get to hear from Drew Moor, who just played in that stadium just a few months ago. So the Rapids are set to hit Austin, play at 7:30 p.m. Austin time. That's 6:30 p.m. here local in Colorado, where the Rapids will look for that first 3 points of the season. He's Drew Moor. I'm Angeli. Thanks for joining us on The Rundown.